it's me, mayohosko, coming to you at 60 frames per second in 4K resolution. No sugar, no filler, just real whole egg, and welcome to my channel. Well, hello everybody. It's been a little bit of a while, but I'm back. And it was a while because I was doing a lot of studying at grad school and I finished the semester. So I am on semester break until semester 2 starts in late July. It is the middle of June right now, and we're going to talk about anything we want to talk about for the next 2 hours until my friend from Brick Therapy Never Too Old for Lego goes live. And so we're waiting for people to come in here. Just waiting for people in the comments. Oh, I see something. Hey, Mac. Good to see you here. You are watching. You just came over from the JDP stream like what I did. So you went to college. See, I graduated college in December of last year after I finished my undergrad course. This time last year, I took a gap semester until my master's started in March of this year, and so I was excited to go to grad school because being a master means that I'll be able to build on my resume. I went to college for applied geographical information systems, and now I'm at grad school for becoming a master in urban and regional planning. And so that's why I like to build Lego cities over other types of Lego projects, because I get to put my cartography and my urban planning skills to good use playing with Lego at the same time. Hello, Subway Dude. Good to see you here. I saw you popped in at the end of the JDP stream. And so if anyone on the Brick Therapy Discord server is online right now and wants to come on and join me on the panel, the link is in the YouTube videos text channel if anyone wants to join me. And alternately, anyone that isn't in the Brick Therapy Discord server can feel free to send me a DM if they want the link to come and join me. So Subway Dude is customizing their Lego Speed Champions right now. Nice. I want to do see, with the Speed Champions theme, I only own the new style Ferrari F40, and I also own the Skyline from Fast and Furious. Those are the only Speed Champion sets I own. But I would like to one day make a custom version of what's the car? I forget what the car is. Oh, now you got me thinking. Because there's a couple different cars I like. The Ferrari F40 is my favorite car ever. But I also really like the Volkswagen Beetle, the Volkswagen camper van, the Mini Cooper. There's um there's a couple other cars I like, but not for aesthetic reasons. But Lego has made actually two versions of the Volkswagen Beetle. I'm going to search for Lego VW Beetle. And they actually made two, so they made two versions of it. I want to go to Brickset and see if I can show y'all. Let's go to Brickset. But first, Subway Dude says, I want Lego to make a Ferrari Enzo. Ferrari Enzo. Let me see that. Well, it says, well, I typed Ferrari Enzo Lego, and apparently they did make one, but back in the races theme, which was the precursor to Speed Champions. I'll see if I can. Actually, it still has instructions for download. It was a races set. What was the set name? No, sorry, what was the set number? Because they made a Technic version, and it looks like they made a brick built version as well. Let me see, find the set number. Yeah, so it was released in 2005, set 8652. Okay. Lego 8652. And I want to get the brick set listing if I can. 8652 brick set. Okay, there's that. And let me show this on the screen so I can show y'all what I'm talking about. So this is the Enzo Ferrari set from Races. Set 8652 from the Races theme, sub-theme Ferrari, released in 2005, had 477 pieces, originally retailed for $40 and in used condition now sells for almost 130. That's what it looked like. I think it was the golden age because that's when they started experimenting with larger build styles, and that was when Lego went gung-ho with their Ferrari license, because Michael Schumacher was in the middle, was at the end of his run of winning 7 world championships or whatever he won in Formula One. There's a lot of different cars that they could be making in Speed Champion scale. I want to see them try and make the Volkswagen Beetle I was talking about in Speed Champion scale. They made a Mini Cooper in Speed Champion scale and in the Icons Creator Expert scale. So there was that Enzo Ferrari set, which was a 1 in 17 scale. But then if I search in Brickset for Beetle, it's not coming up with the original dark blue version. Why not? Lego Volkswagen Beetle. What was the set number? 10187. Lego 10187. The classic Volkswagen Beetle. Let me get its Brickset listing and present the screen. Yes, a set 10187 Volkswagen Beetle. It was in the Advanced Models theme, released in 2008. Had 1,626 pieces, originally retailed for $120 and in used condition sells for over 800. And that's because it had a lot of these dark blue pieces, which were exclusive to the set. I believe that sticker was exclusive to that set. And I can't remember if some of these medium blue pieces are exclusive to this set or not. I'm here. I'm here, Cliff. I'm sharing the screen. Can you not see? Let me go find the other one. The other Beetle. What was its set number? 10252. On Brickset. Okay, let me share this. And let's get the 10252, the newer Volkswagen Beetle. Set 10252 from the Creator Expert theme before Creator Expert became Icons. Released in 2016, had 1,167 pieces, retailed for $20 less because it's a smaller model. It was $100, and used condition hasn't gone up by that much in price. And I think that's because this is in a medium azure color, and medium azure is a lot more common than dark blue. So yeah, I would love to see a Volkswagen Beetle in Speed Champions. It is a really cool color. And you know what? To go along with this, you just got me thinking about another set because of that color. Also, hello, JDP. We just came in from your stream. So if anyone's wondering why I went live at this time, that's because I told JDP that I was going to stream whenever he finished. And also, hello, Jay's Edit. Yes, I am. I'm glad I finished the semester. And hello, Dina. Good to see you here. Yes, JDP, Wix is the way. Okay, so yeah, so Cliff, you got me thinking about another car set. You got me thinking about, what is it? It was recolored twice. I'm blanking on the name. The Fiat 500. So what was its set number? 10271. 10271. Let's get the brickset listing for the Fiat 500 and share screen. The original one was in the cool yellow, bright light yellow, and then the second edition was in the bright light blue. So this was set 10271, the Fiat 500. They hadn't switched over to Lego Icons yet. This was Creator Expert, released in 2020, had 960 pieces, retailed for $10 less because it's a different model of car at $90 US, and the used value hasn't gone up by that much. And probably because cool yellow as a color has gotten more common. And I think this uses more of the basic bricks and plates and some of the new pieces that Speed Champions has introduced over the past 5 years. Which means you could probably still get this in used condition cheap enough. Yeah, so, and what was... Let me see if I can find the blue version of the Fiat 500. It was also a Creator Expert set. Search for on brickset. No, that's not the blue one. Yes. This is the blue version of the Fiat 500. That's what it looks like in the bright light blue, or whatever shade of blue this is. And you can see that it's got the 4x4 parabola dish that's in the painted silver color, which has that little bit of shine on it that I quite like. Yeah, we can look at the Volkswagen bus too, because I think that would be cool for them to try making a Speed Champion scale. They made two different versions. They made the T1, which was the original, and they made the 2T, which was a second edition. So I got the listing up on brickset, and here it is, set 10220, the Volkswagen T1 camper van from the advanced models theme. I believe this was before Creator Expert came out, so it was still under advanced models, but I think over time it was moved into the Creator Expert theme, but I don't think it survived to the Icons theme. So it was released in 2011, had 1,134 pieces, retailed for $120 US, and much like the Fiat 500, the used value hasn't gone up by that much because it's a lot of basic red and white pieces. And again, had that 4x4 painted silver parabola dish, but you can notice with the treads of the tires, it has the texture because it's more of an off-roady vehicle compared to the Fiat that's a more that's a more of a street car. So that one had the slick tires, and we can then search for the T2 camper van, which I think was in a blue and white. Yes, a blue and white instead of the red and white. So JDP is in possession of the Volkswagen bus. Nice. Yeah, so this was the T2 camper van from the Icons theme. Set 10279 was released in 2021, had 2,207 pieces, and therefore it was more expensive at $180 because you got the roof that opened up that had the tent thing, and it had all these outside accessories in it. And you can see that the treads on these tires have less tread on them, which is an interesting little detail. Yes, the blue one is newer. So anyway, I'm super stoked that semester is over, and that means that I have more time to do stuff with Lego, and it also gives me more time to pursue some projects with my trains, and it means that I can interact with more of my friends again, because my friends do good, they do good streams, and I'll have more time for streaming again. My friends have projects to do on their streams. I have projects with my friends to do on my streams. So we're all going to have a good time together until I go back for semester 2. So if there's anything that anyone wants to talk about, I'd be happy to talk about it. At least if it's Lego related. And actually, we have the poll running in the chat. And let's check the poll while no one's saying anything. So 7 people have voted on the poll, and the majority did go to college. It looks like a 4-3 vote. It is, isn't it? That's how I feel every late June, early July, and that's how I feel over the summer because I'm in the southern hemisphere, so it's winter right now. And actually, to put it into more context, it's 4:54 a.m. for me. It's 4:54 a.m. I took some power naps yesterday, and I took a power nap before the JDP stream, so I still have energy inside my body. I just wish that more people from Brick Therapy were here right now. It is good. So my parents are going to be waking up soon to go to work. I wish there was someone here on the panel. So Mac went to a semester of a master's. What were you trying to become a master in, Mac? Yeah, I know people who have had to drop out of certain classes because they couldn't commit to that while they were working. Oh, you were doing software in engineering. I know people who I graduated high school with who went on to study engineering, and that's the only reason they forced themselves to take the high end of senior year mathematics because because they needed the higher mathematics grades to get into their engineering classes, and I wasn't prepared to do that. So that's why they went on to study engineering, and I went on to doing other stuff, because once I learned that cartography involved stuff with maps, that was an industry that I could see myself working in back when we were picking out university degrees in 10th grade. And once I saw there were classes, once I realized what cartography is, that it has to do with maps, and then I saw that there were degrees at university that had to do with cartography, that kind of set me up on my possible career trajectory. As someone who said, I'm probably going to work as an HVAC and maintenance with Intermountain Healthcare. Let me see what Intermountain Healthcare is. Intermountain Healthcare Company. Headquarters in Salt Lake City, Utah. It was founded by the church. Okay. Intermountain Healthcare is a US not-for-profit with 385 clinics and 33 hospitals in the Intermountain West. Because I know what the Mountain West Conference is in college football. But do they have a definition for Intermountain West? See what I can find. Intermountain West or Intermountain Region is a geography of western US located between the Rocky Mountains and the Sierra Nevada. Okay, so that's west of the Colorado Rockies. While the whole of the Mountain West spans between the west of those of all those dry lands to, I think, where the mountain time zone meets the central time zone is, I believe, what American sports classifies as the Mountain West. Hey, Hoarder66, nice to see you here, buddy. Also, I went to the Lego store yesterday, and they had a whole bunch of the sand green 1x1 bricks. So I probably got 200 or so of them. They also had the 1x2x5 trans clear bricks, and because they have that gap where you can fit a bar in, you can actually fit 4 bars across. They had the 4 long trans light blue frosted bars that they use in some of the Star Wars lightsaber blades. So I fit those inside of those bricks, because if anyone's used those bricks before, they're hollow, and it still had enough room for a 1x1 round tile to fit in there. So I got a bunch of those too, and also they had light tan 2x2 bricks, which I stocked up on as well. So I'm probably gonna show that in a whole video sometime before the end of June or at the start of July, because I got an order in when they had those gift with purchases for the Bluey poly bag and the Friends poly bag, because I went onto the Lego website about 1.5 weeks ago, and I saw that they had this weird combo gift with purchase, that it was like it combined the fireworks GWP and the trophy GWP. It's like they combined it into one. And so that so I was thinking to myself, okay, so they got that, and I'm going to talk in Australian dollars, so y'all can convert it to US dollars. The threshold for that combo trophy fireworks GWP was 105, and the thresholds for the Bluey poly bag was 65. The threshold for the Friends poly bag was 65. For the Bluey, if you bought any of the if you bought some Duplo sets worth more than 65, you would qualify for that. And if you bought any of the Disney sets, you would qualify for the other. So I got a Duplo set and a Disney set, which got me those 2 poly bags and that weird trophy fireworks combo. So you'll see that along with the contents of my pad box in a whole video coming soon. Oh, so you're also going to the Lego store. Nice. I was supposed to get a haircut when I went to the Lego store, and we were going out to dinner at TGI Fridays. Afterwards, I was supposed to get a haircut, but I spent too long in the Lego store, and so I missed my window to go get a haircut. So I have to reevaluate my plans of when I next want to get my haircut, because to be honest, I really want to get a haircut when my hair starts getting inside of my ears, and my hair hasn't gotten inside of my ears yet. I shaved the day before I went to the Lego store. I went to the Lego store the day after I submitted my last assignment for the semester. And Subway Dude went to the pab wall 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so I want to see if I was correct about the Mountain West. Because the Mountain West Conference in the NCAA has maps. there was a map. So it looks like it goes all the way from the dry lands of California to the western half of Tornado Alley, is what the Mountain West is. I'm going to read it off of the Mountain West website. The Mountain West is noted for its geographic diversity. Some of the most beautiful terrain and landscapes in the nation can be found within Mountain West boundaries, including the majestic Rocky Mountain Range, which borders 5 Mountain West institutions: Air Force, the Boise State, Colorado State, New Mexico, and Utah State. The high plains of Wyoming contrast the desert cities of Vegas and Reno, home to UNLV and Nevada, respectively, while Fresno State, San Diego State, and San Jose State add a West Coast influence with their locations in central, southern, and northern California. The inclusion of Hawaii football programs and extends the Mountain West footprint to the beautiful islands in the Pacific Ocean, while the addition of the women's soccer program at Colorado College gives the Mountain West an additional presence in the Rocky Mountains. So that's how they describe the Mountain West, and then what you were talking about, trying to work for the Intermountain West health, would be about half of that. Hello, Rahim's creation. Good to see you. I don't think I've seen your name before, so welcome to the mayohosko streams. Nice to see you here, and nice to see any newcomers that happen to find my streams. What were some other people saying? So JDP, only post school I went to was semi-truck driving school. Lol, only need to be there for a month. Well, now you're a regular trucker, so that must have paid off. Horder says, hoping his wall has new parts. They haven't changed it in a bit, so I may not get anything. Well, you know what? I was asking the employees at my local Lego store, and they said that there isn't a specific day where they get new parts in. Their store manager can order new parts whenever they want to. So whenever they run out of a certain part, they can make an order for a new batch of parts. Just as long as they always keep each drawer of the peb wall filled. So the store manager can order pieces for peb on demand. So there's no specific day of the month that they're restricted to, and I don't know if that's because they're a franchise store instead of a corporate store, because every Lego store in Australia is run by a master franchise agreement. So Hoarder's store gets new parts in on Tuesday. Or I hope your store has more foliage for you to buy, because I know that you always make sure to get stocked up on foliage. Yeah, that's the way I've been feeling because I commit to go to the Lego store. So if I see a part, then I just buy it. And oftentimes, if I see sand green, that's what I target. And anything else on the pad wall, then I try to integrate it within the sand green because it seems like my stores are really good at stocking the 5x6 leaf piece, the 1x6x5 trans clear panels, the 2x4x2 sloped windscreens. They always seem to have any color of 1x1 flower plates, a 1x2 modified plate, whether it's the one with the straight a tooth edge or the curved tooth edge, or if it's a clip of some variety, and they always have a 1x4 plate, a 1x6 plate, and a 2x6 plate in any given color. They seem to be consistent about that. But what I haven't ever seen is any of the one by well, I don't see much of the 1x1 square tiles in any color. So I wish that my stores would stock up on those more. But I'm glad that they always keep a consistent supply of pieces that I can use to make the buildings and skyscrapers. Because if anyone watched my Lego store grand opening home video, then you know that I also got some of those trans clear 1x2x2 panels that can come in handy when you're building buildings. So I was happy with that. Just checking some of my other social medias. Oh, you're going in the twilight. So when does your store close? Because the mall where my local Lego store is at, it closes at 5:30 because that's when the mall closes. Um, someone was just messaging me on Instagram about something. I think someone dared me to do something. And they immediately said no. That was funny. Anyway, let's check on that poll. See if the results have changed in the poll. And actually, did I put you know, I need to reschedule a post. I need to schedule this for 24 hours away. Because I'm going to have to make a post today that I was live here. So let's go and see the results on that poll. See if it's changed. The results haven't changed too much, but there were 2 more people who did vote. So it looks like a 5-4 gap with that. And I'm just checking some other things. I need to change some things in my on my YouTube channel. I need to customize some things because there's a lot of cool things you can customize. I'm going to end that. That doesn't need to be there anymore. Add some expired GoFundMe's. And I need to add another link. Because I have a new Twitter X account called mayohosko Sports. A new account for mayohosko Sports. And I need to add that to my about page. And I need to publish that. But there's some other things that I want to change on the home tab. I want to edit this. I want to edit some of this stuff. I want to add someone. Yeah, I want to do that. And I want to shuffle some of this around. and I want to publish this. Okay, so I've just made changes to some things on my home page now. And also on various people's Discord servers, including my own server. I posted pictures of that Sigfig minifigure habitat that I built in a video a while ago. I finally got around to posting pictures of that on Discord, and eventually I'll make an Instagram post about those pictures too. Now we got some people from Brick Therapy rolling in again. We got Randucci and Owen, and also Liam. Liam bricked the bed. Hello. Yeah. So earlier, from Brick Therapy, we had Mac and Subway Dude, and we had JDP because he finished his stream, and we also had Jay's edit. They were from Brick Therapy, and then people from the jungle. We had Cliff, Team C Dina, and Hoarder 66 from the jungle. Yeah, so I'm doing this stream just to celebrate the fact that I'm done with this semester at university, and I'm just excited that I'll be able to reconcentrate more of my time back to building Lego again. Yeah, so some people might have seen in some different places on social media that I talked about how the Monday of this week was the final day of the semester, and I actually finished my last assignment quicker than what I thought I was going to. So instead of needing 26 hours, it only took me about 18 hours, which was pretty cool. And also, I added in my Streamlabs a link for the Brick Therapy Discord server. If anyone is on Discord and they want to join it, then they can use that link right there. And eventually, when we bring back the Transocean stream with myself, Owen, who is in chat right now, and Never Too Old for Lego, we will the Brick Therapy Discord server invite will be in the descriptions of all of those streams. So what's happened with the Transocean stream is I've been busy with university. JDP has been busy enjoying the outdoors. 2-4 has remained constant, which is actually good for my schedules. We're both available at the same time. Carsten is doing stuff with his girlfriend. X Knight has a girlfriend now. Britain is back to working on Saturdays, and Silent Mode doesn't really know what to do, because last time I heard, he was in the job hunt, looking for a new job, which was why as a side hustle. He was preparing some Lego to sell on eBay or something. So we all had stuff going on with our lives, and so as a result, we hit the pause button on the Transocean stream until I was talking with Owen and 24, because we're all available at the same time that we all agreed to. We're still available together at that same time. So we thought, you know what, instead of all of us, well, instead of us Fab Five, or instead of the original crew, the Fab Five, so to speak, getting together, if life has gotten in their way, then we'll just do a trio instead. And that's how we'll keep a regularly scheduled program. So I've got stuff with the thumbnails to edit and to be a better reflection of those who are actually on the panel. And everything will be good. Oh, well, I have no idea why I muted this account. I want to unmute. I want to unmute this account. That was weird. And actually, I want to follow them. That's a funny meme. That's a funny edit. Nice. I just saw something on Twitter X that made me laugh. So if there's anything that anyone wants to talk about, I'd be happy to talk about it, if it's Lego related or if it's to do with my plans or anything. And also anyone that's on the Brick Therapy Discord server, you can join. Well, there's an invite to join the stream. And that's a good question, Randucci, because I get that is becomes such a frequently asked question that I actually made an FAQ about that. I made an FAQ about that. And I can't remember what I did with the original picture. So I'm gonna screenshot it again. I'm gonna screenshot it again, and I'm gonna add it to my photos. And I'm gonna go to Discord. And I'm not sure if we have a direct messages together, Randucci. So let me see if I can find you on Discord. Randucci. I'm gonna add you as a friend, and I'm gonna wave to you on Discord. And when you wave back, I'll send you the story with the mayonnaise. That might be there. Yeah, Randucci just waved at me. So let me get a plus. Let me click the plus and upload file. I'm going to go to my photos, and I'm going to send Randucci that. It's processing, hopefully. Yep, there we go. There's the frequently asked question about why my name is my name. And I can do that without having to regurgitate the same spiel over and over again. I can let people read it for themselves. I had the foresight to do it because people kept on pressuring me to tell the story, because they asked the same question: what is the story? So I caved into their demands, and to make it easy on myself, I made that graphic that I can share with anyone who ends up asking me. And it makes it easier for everyone. And also, actually, I just remembered there has been exactly that's what I'm talking about. And I just remembered there's some comments that I needed to respond to. So we're going to do something on my stream that I haven't done in a long time.
Guys, I should really make a reading your comments video. Great job. This is the best thing I've ever seen since yesterday.
Good. What high praise, man. What a great comment.
Too much cliffhanger, not enough story, craves more story, am very sad.
I'm very
Nice.
sad, dude.
So he was scarped.
I've been scarped before. It's not fun.
Okay, so let's share my screen. Let's go to YouTube Studio. And let's respond to some comments. We got 4 comments. That Lego kid commented on one of my old shorts. That was a centipede. Says, I think you mean a caterpillar. I'm gonna reply. I'll have to go back and inspect if it was a caterpillar. And I'm going to use the caterpillar emoji. And then this was my video. This was my last video about a minifigure habitat. I'm not going to read the whole comment. I'm going to skim through it. It was by Britain Bricks. Music's loud. It's way too distorted. Habitat for the sig figure is simple but nice. Holds quite a bit of history. Mentioning Briggsar. It's awesome. 60th anniversary bricks. Nice video. I'm gonna give that a heart and say one of my projects in between grad school semesters is another update of my intro and credits. And then on my Lego drama and the vlogging at Brickworld Chicago video, we have 2. So Johnny Jean, it says, have we been catfished? I'm going to say, in what way, with the question mark. And then this one by Oaktown Bricks, I'm going to give a comment. And there is actually some YouTube AI responses. So whenever there is a good one that matches, I like to use it with the disclaimer, reply written by YouTube AI. And I think that's all the comments that were left outstanding on my videos. Yeah, so they've all been answered now. They've all been answered. Yeah, ever since I had the McChicken at McDonald's and the Chicken Royale at Burger King, Hungry Jack's, then I tried the spicy chicken burger at Popeyes when I went to Brickworld Chicago. As I did with the Chick-fil-A version of the spicy chicken burger. The second time I went to Brickwell, Chicago. And at the first time I went to Chicago, I tried one of I tried one of the Dave's burgers at Wendy's, and it was from then moment on I realized that I like chicken burgers / chicken sandwiches more than beef burgers, and ever since then, unless it's a cheeseburger at a fast food joint, I avoid beef burgers now. I realized I like the taste of a chicken burger more than a beef burger, which is why when I go to TGI Fridays, I like to order the what they call the hot chick burger, and it's also the reason why I really like the crispy chicken tacos at TGI Fridays. Yeah, I know some other people who have made a food item their internet personality. Everyone remembers the annoying orange. I know a couple people who have made stuff around blueberries. I know some people who have made stuff around lemons. I know some people who have done stuff around pizza. There's this one of my friends really likes potatoes, so he actually asks people to use the potato emoji when we comment on his videos, because we know that he likes the potatoes, and he gets excited responding to our comments in his videos whenever we include the potato emoji. So Max says, if I were to make my internet personality related to food, would make it be around tiramisu. You know, I remember when Robin Hood Bricks, in his Italian restaurant, he made mention of tiramisu. So I'm going to refresh my YouTube and go back to the live voting. So now it's a 50-50 split, 14 votes. We got to 8 likes. Hopefully we can get to 10 before the end of the day. Hopefully we can get to 10 likes, considering this is a pop-up stream and wasn't planned out of multiple days. The only reason I decided to go live is because I'm awake. I mean, it's 5:40 a.m. right now. So we got 14 votes, and the votes are even. Randucci was kicked out of the office for being too sneezy. Ooh. So did you come down with the common cold or something? Oh my god, I just saw someone post a picture of what the Lego Store website looked like in 2005. That's so nostalgic. Oh my goodness. Oh, they have the Harry Potter graveyard duel front and center. Oh, that's so nostalgic. That's back when Lego had the things, or it's where they had their alternate page options at the top instead of on the side. Man, that's nostalgic. That's really nostalgic. I like seeing people post stuff nostalgia related to Lego. So I'm just looking at some people's Instagram stories. Oh, you're gonna buy a new laptop. Is that because your existing laptop is getting old, or is there a technical problem with it? Because I had to get my HP repaired when there was some slight damage to the motherboard. It only cost me $50. If they had to replace the motherboard, it probably would have been double that. See, I've been a little sleepy too. I've been averaging 9 hours sleep over the past month because grad school has been really busy. So hopefully I can make up for lost time with less sleep until I go back to grad school at the end of next month. Allergens. Yeah, come springtime, I make sure to stay away from some of the flowers that generate a lot of pollen because of hay fever. Well, the next time I build a set, it'd probably be me finishing the the battle bus set, and then after that, my viewers voted on my last stream to build the Ayrton Senna McLaren MP whatever insert number here Formula One car. I bought that set because of the Ayrton Senna minifig. I also eventually need to buy the F1 car set that has the Nigel Mansell minifigure, and I need to go onto Bricklink and go back and buy the Michael Schumacher minifig. Because when there's a good Australian racing in Formula One, like Oscar Piastri, who looks like he could win the world championship, I get really into Formula One. So that's what I'll be building next. And it could be with other people, it could be with 24 and Owen on the Transocean stream, or most likely it'll be a combination of a whole bunch of different people on their streams and my streams, just so I can get through the set quicker. Your gaming laptop got fried. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. So how long did you have it for? Because when I bought my Mac and my new HP, I used my own money. I spent less than $3,000 for two computers because I decided, you know what, if I've got all this money to spend on tech, because over a 5-year period or so, I saved up $5,000 to reinvest in my tech, which is when I bought my iPhone 13, which is when I bought my 14-inch MacBook Pro, and it's also when I bought my HP that I then bought a Microsoft license in the same store I bought my HP. So I have the best of both worlds with the Mac and the Windows system. And I have a smartphone that can film in 4K. And I have a laptop that can render and upload YouTube videos in 4K, which is why the majority of the videos I upload are in 4K resolution. Oh, 3 years isn't the best, isn't the longest time. I feel you, brother. I feel ya. I feel ya. Anytime someone's laptop doesn't last more than 5 years, and they end up telling a sob story about their technical difficulties, then I have empathy. Because in my opinion, whether it's a laptop or whether it's a smartphone, you should always want to get a minimum of 5 years use. And if you can get more, then kudos to you. That's why I invested in so much tech, because I grew up, well, my first two smartphones were hand-me-downs. When I was in 10th grade in high school, I had no interest in using smartphones at all. But my parents insisted that I be in contact, because I did everything off of my iPod Touch and my iPad Mini. And eventually my iPad Mini got smashed up and it became obsolete. And eventually my iPod Touch became obsolete as well. And so, like, at the time, I was still good with those devices. They hadn't become obsolete yet. But my parents insisted they keep in contact with me, so they bought me a prepaid flip phone, and I was no stranger to the concept of a flip phone, because I remember as a child, before I went to high school, seeing my parents use flip phones, because I was born in 2001. So I still remember when my mum was using a Nokia phone. And no one uses a Motorola or a Nokia phone anymore. Those have become obsolete, as have VHS tapes, which I grew up with, as were cassette tapes, which I grew up with, because I was one of the last sub generations. I still remember when the whole world had finally fully converted from the VHS to the DVD and the cassette to the CD. And I remember when cars switched from cassette tape players to CD players, and now they all use Apple CarPlay. And I remember going from a VCR reader that reads VHS tapes to a DVD player that reads the DVD discs. I remember that transition when I went to elementary school. That was when they made those transitions in 2005, 2006. Yeah. Well, the Nokia phones might have been indestructible, but the BlackBerry phones claimed to be the most indestructible, because the peak of BlackBerry was just as the iPhone 1 came out, just as Steve Jobs invented the iPhone. And when Steve Jobs became the ghost of Steve Jobs, that's when BlackBerry had completely lost their market share on phones. You had a cassette that had a wire. I don't think I ever had a cassette, or I don't think I ever knew of a cassette player that had an exposed wire. So that must have been well before the early 2000s. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, Walmart probably sold them. Radio Shack probably sold them. And back then, Circuit City was still around. They might have sold them too. I'm pretty sure the rise of Walmart was responsible for a lot of companies going bankrupt, including Circuit City. And then I still remember going into a DV. I still remember going into into DVD stores, including Blockbuster. I was there as an elementary school student to see Blockbuster go bankrupt. And I was also there to see when ExxonMobil got rid of the Pegasus logo in their marketing, and now a very select few amount of ExxonMobil service stations have started to reincorporate the Pegasus into their marketing. See, I remember going into Blockbuster once, but we had a different rental store called Video Easy, because there was a Video Easy franchise closer to us than there was a Blockbuster franchise that was near us. So it was easier for us to go to Video Easy than to Blockbuster. So I think I only went into Blockbuster once, but I still remember my parents driving us to the beach, and we passed the Blockbuster store on the way to the beach. So the Blockbuster logo will always stick out to me because of its bright blue with the body color, and it's bright yellow with the accent color. That'll always stick out to me. Those were the days. And so I kind of feel privileged as someone who is of the grad school age, not the college age, that I remember all of that stuff. Yep. Yep. Because I was born early months before 9/11, and so before my parents let me use the internet, they were still using the dial-up internet because Wi-Fi didn't come out until a year after my sister was born, and we didn't first get a Wi-Fi router modem until I think I was in second grade. So I still remember the early times we would use our Dell computer running Windows XP. That technically that was on a dial-up connection. And then when I first started watching YouTube in, God, it must have been 2007 when I first started watching YouTube, which was only 2 years after YouTube was invented. And yeah, that was about when we first got a Wi-Fi connection. So technically, I didn't know what it was, but I do remember the transition from the dial-up internet to Wi-Fi. And now a lot of stuff is done with Bluetooth. And instead of things being done with fiber optic cables, it's done with radio waves. Yep. And my parents kept on. Well, my parents have told me stories before that because I have a brother that was born in the mid-80s, when they first got their dial-up internet, when everyone first got their dial-up internet in 1997, that was when they got their first computer, was when the dial-up came out in 97. And so they had to learn not to call people on the phone when someone else was using the computer. And my mum actually told me a story that she called tech support because she was trying to ask a question on one of the search engines. It must have been AOL at the time. She was trying to type a question and nothing was happening with the search engine, so she had to call tech support to figure out what to do. And then tech support said, "Have you pressed enter?" And she didn't press enter. So after tech support told her to press enter, she pressed enter. And then she said, "Thank you for the phone call," and that was that. So we've come from there back in 1997, which was 28 years ago now, to now I'm doing this live stream right now with a streaming product called StreamYard. Gee, the times have changed, haven't they? The internet's come a long way in 28 years. Because the World Wide Web was invented in 1991, but it was only government and educational institutions that were using it back then. Residential addresses didn't start using it until the dial-up was invented in 6 years later. And so, because unlike my sister and her friends, who are about 3 years younger than me, they don't remember that transition, but I do. So that's why when I talk to people who are 1.5 or double or triple my age, I can relate to their experiences with the change in technology. Because I was there when they switched all of those video. Well, no, sorry. I was there when they switched all those media forms. I was there when they switched when they upgraded from 240p resolution to 360p resolution to 420p resolution to 720p resolution to HD 1080p resolution. And now I film I grew up filming all of my videos in actually off of my old iPod Touch that probably would have been 420p resolution. Hello, Zelda. We're gonna interrupt my little tangent there, talking about resolution, to play this for Zelda.
Paradisa, Paradisa, sun is shining all day.
Yeah, so you might want to go back about 30 seconds if you want to get the full gist of my conversation. But I remember the upgrades from 240p resolution to 360p resolution to 420p resolution to 720p resolution to HD 1080p resolution. Now I upload most of my videos in 4K resolution. So I remember all of those upgrades. Yeah, ha 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 ha. You know me all too well, Zelda. And you never have to say hello to me because we see each other almost every day compared to some other inactive people who I only see once a week. Yeah, so I remember all those upgrades. I remember when the world finally abandoned their flip phones and upgraded to smartphones. I remember when they upgraded from the analog television to the digital television. I was there when they evolved from the 4:3 resolution to the 16:9 resolution. I was there when on phone plans they switched from charging you per call and per text to charging you per gigabyte of internet data. What else? I have slowly cut the cable TV cord to the point where not only am I paying for a sports streaming service with the option to bundle it with entertainment packages for other streaming services, but those same TV shows on cable TV syndicate their episodes on YouTube for extra ad revenue, and they have tens of millions of subscribers as a cable TV show. Not even the entire cable TV channel, just an individual show on a cable TV network has millions of subscribers just for that one show. on YouTube because they know that's where the market is. Oh, did I just get to 10 likes? Let me go check. Cliffs is seeing 11. Let me go check. Because when I have a planned stream, my goal is always 20 likes. When I have an off-the-cuff stream, the goal is always 10 likes. I guess Cliff's updated faster because I'm only seeing 10. But yet we hit the like goal, and also we got 15 votes. So someone must have split the difference, and now again we have the majority of voters who did go to college. Looks like it's 8-7 split. Looks like 8 people who have watched this stream did go to college and 7 people did not go to college. And who knows, they might have skipped tertiary education altogether. They might have done an apprenticeship. They might have gone to trade. They might have gone to trade school. They might have gotten a job straight out of high school. Yeah, so I remember there's so much evolution in technology, which is why I'm glad that I am Gen Z, not Gen Alpha. I have a bunch of friends who are Gen Alpha, and there was a lot of things I say, particularly with technology, that just goes completely over their head, which only people like Cliff, who Cliff, didn't you say you were also born in 1977? Because I know a couple of my friends who were born in 77. But correct me if I'm wrong. But I have a lot more friends from Gen X than I do Gen Alpha. I have a lot of friends from Gen Z. Not as many from Gen Y, but a lot from Gen Z and Gen X. So Mac is also a Gen X. See you later, Mac. Thanks for coming out after JDP's stream. So Randucci went to college for 2.5 years, but then went to aviation maintenance school. And yeah, there was a typo. Yeah, so probably just stream for another 20 more minutes, and then I'm gonna go take a rest before clicking Cliff does his jungle stream. There'd be about a 3-hour gap between there, and then after I end my stream in 20 minutes, there should be there might be a Never Too Old for Lego stream. Let me go search Never Too Old for Lego. See if he's scheduled anything. I'm not sure if he's scheduled anything. What's today? It's the 19th. Okay, he's got something scheduled for the 20th. Okay. But will there be a stream after me? It's 6:11 a.m. for me right now. Oh, for Bricks and Giggles just uploaded a new city update. I'm going to add that to my watch later list because I'm a sucker for watching city updates from my friends or people who do stuff with vintage Lego. And also Joel made another mock. So I'm going to add that to my watch later list. Joel's Bricks made a video in his mock every day in June charity event. He made a mock of a minifigure habitat, and if you watch it, he said that he actually got inspired by some of the pictures of my minifigure habitats that I posted in his Discord server. So that was a nice little shout out. And I'm almost at full charge on my Mac right now. So it actually looks like Mac will be live an hour before Cliff's Jungle stream goes live. But let me go to YouTube on my phone and see if anyone has anything scheduled, because YouTube on browser doesn't always do a good job. Okay, no one scheduled anything after me. Okay. Yeah, I usually like to keep my streams at 2 hours just so that I can keep things concise. A lot of people like to restrict themselves to 2 hours or less. See you around, Randucci. I'm just closing some of the apps on my phone. Oh, someone posted a nice picture of, I think that's Duck and Stepney from season 6. Yeah, I think that's from James and the Red Balloon. So I'm just reading some people's posts on Twitter X. Also, my brother is an Edmonton Oilers fan, so he would be sad that they lost the Stanley Cup to the Florida Panthers. They'd be he'd be sad about that, and the whole city of Edmonton would be even sadder. And actually, I just remembered, I should have done this for you a while ago, Cliff.
Mayo is frozen on the stream. That is so hilarious. Look at him. Everybody's talking. He's frozen. Super focus, Mayo. Super focus. Look at him. Yep. If you move, you gotta give us Lego.
Everyone's always inviting me to join their Lego Facebook groups. There's about half a dozen requests that I need to review. I'm in a couple castle ones already, and I think because of that, I'm I'm one of the suggested invites for people that are members of other Castle Facebook groups. I'm probably in too many Lego Facebook groups. And there's a bunch of apps I need to update on my phone. But whenever I update apps on my phone, I like to see that I don't have any drafts. Because if you update one of your apps and there's a draft that you haven't sent or posted or published, then when you update the app, sometimes that draft can go away. So I always like to double check if I have any drafts before I update something. Like, I need to update, or there's an update for Instagram. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to all of my Instagram accounts and see if I have any drafts for reels, posts, or stories before I update the app, because I've made the mistake before and I've lost some of my drafts. So I'm checking to see if I have any drafts. I think I posted my last story. That was a draft the other day. Yeah. Okay, I don't have any drafts on my Instagram. So I'm going to go to the App Store and I'm going to update the Instagram app. And I'm going to go back to Twitter X, and yeah, I'm not going to update that because I have something I'm going to schedule to post on my sports account. Of which, if anyone goes to my about page, I just added the link underneath my main Twitter X account, where if people are interested in the mayohosko sports brand, then you can go and follow that if anyone wants to. Or someone I know is on the road with me to 1,000 subscribers, and they're getting good traction on their content right now. Let me check. Am I still at 983? Yeah, I'm still at 980. I'm still at 983, which means I'm 17 subs away from 1,000. Now I'm seeing 11 likes, and the votes haven't changed, so that's remained consistent. 10 minutes to go. If anyone wants to talk about anything for the last 10 minutes, have at it. I love seeing the opinions of people just trying to make the boldest takes possible on social media just to get a response from their followers. And other people just straight up do engagement debating, and it's really funny because they're trying to work for pennies on the dollar to get their little bit of ad revenue check. And now my Mac is fully charged, so I'm going to take that off charge, because if you keep things charging when it's fully charged, they can slowly degrade the battery of your device over time. That's why I cringe when I see people have a laptop or a computer on their desk, and they always keep it plugged in, and you can tell when it's fully charged because the red light might change to white or blue or green, whichever model of computer or laptop that you're using. And I say that, and I have to cringe because they don't know that keeping their thing charged when it's fully charged means that they're degrading the lithium ion of the battery, and that's how you get a poor performing battery over time. This has been your tech support with mayohosko. And I actually do have something for the mayohosko tech support. Yeah, so my Brick World Chicago video has over 100 views now, so I'm gonna go to that on YouTube Studio, take it out of the underrated playlist, and add it to the 100 views playlist. Yep, that's that. And there's probably some other crap I need to do on my computer too. Also, at least in Australia, it's now the 19th. So now in my country, the double loyalty points have started. That's weird. Forever it was known as VIP points. Then when Lego updated when they introduced the Insiders branding and changed it from the VIP program to the Insiders program, they changed it to Insiders points. But then out of nowhere, I think in March or April, they changed the name to loyalty points. So it's very confusing. Not sure if anyone's noticed those same changes when they've gone to check their points on the website. But right now, from the 19th until the 23rd of June, I'm going to share my screen so that y'all can see the graphic from lego.com. They have the double loyalty points available. Yeah, the two times loyalty points. So that is the offer. Oh, there is a gift with purchase. Ooh. Is this breaking news? Let's get this on full screen. Just going to get the viewers a full screen of that while I go and investigate something. That came out of nowhere. Yeah, the news only came out at the start of the week. Rumors of a Jane Austen. Those are the rumors that I guess I've been hearing people talk about Jane Austen GWP. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to have to make a purchase now because I don't collect every gift with purchase, but this one looks nice. This one looks nice. And honestly, this looks like something I could turn into a minifigure habitat. It looks like a vignette scale because it looks like it's less. Like if you change the angle, it looks like it's less than. It looks like it's less than an 8x8 area. If you change that angle to be change it from an obtuse angle to a right angle, that looks like it could fit inside of an 8x8 area. And at the threshold of 245 Australian dollars, I could get one of the friend sets on my wanted list. Either the next complimentary set to Main Street or the community center. I could get one of those, and I could get the double loyalty points for the insiders as well. And if I got two of things, I could keep one sealed and build the other one. Well, that's food for thought now. So I guess stay tuned to see what happens. Hey, something weird just happened. Where am I? Yeah, let me get back on the solo screen. Well, that's I'm gonna have to figure out what I want to do to capitalize off of that now. So that was an unexpected but exciting ending, because now I got my hopes up for purchasing or as an excuse to buy some sets on my wanted list. So thank you for watching, everyone. It is appreciated. Don't forget to like, comment, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Thank you, Mac, Subway Dude, Cliff, Team C Dina, Jay's Edits, JDP, Hoarder, Rahim, Randucci, Owen, Liam, who else? Zelda, yeah, that was everyone. So thank you, everyone, for coming out today. I am so relieved that the semester at grad school is over. So thank you for this impromptu celebration stream, and I'll see you on the next live stream, which should be the Transocean stream with my friends Never Too Old for Lego and Owen, the Lego Master. And I'll see you in the next video. Let me get the credits. Where's the credits? What did I do with the credits? There they are. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.